The chat fight drinking game rules are: if Sharon mentions acting,
says strawberry buttholes,
or name drops a celebrity,
if Brett is making or makes
welcome chat fighters,
innuendo,
if Joanna mentions Poland,
talks about postal work,
or says what the fuck.
Also, we take a shot or finish our drink if
Brett is objectified by myself or Joanna,
anyone goes on a long angry rant,
both of us ladies disagree with what Brett is saying.
So grab a drink and enjoy the show.
To this week's edition of Chat Fight Podcast.
Hi.
My name is Sharon Pfeiffer. This is Brett. Say hello.
What's up? How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
Joanna. Say hi, Joanna.
Hi, Joanna.
And how did everybody do this week? You guys had
I did this week just fine.
Yeah, Joanna?
I did good, except it was hot and humid, and I felt like dying every single day in my little mail truck, but I didn't, so I guess that's good.
Yeah, but the mail got delivered, didn't it?
The mail got delivered, dude.
Yeah, well,
there was no protesters standing in the road keeping you from getting to where you needed to be.
I live in such a little knit community that literally have 5 minutes from the post office to the route. So, and it's like all back roads. So I didn't see any of that, but some people did. They actually had to go around, come back, and not me.
Really?
No,
Really?
safe and sound.
Brett, have you seen any protesters? Literally see? I'm not talking on the news.
Oh.
You been witness to any of that? Yeah.
The only ones I've come across is when I was leaving Las Olas one day after meeting someone for lunch. I think it was Saturday a couple weeks ago. I saw people with signs walking down the sidewalk toward wherever the protest was going to be. I assume it was City Hall in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Because I myself have not been a part of any of it other than what I see on the internet. And, on the news and what have you. But I guess I live in a little bubble, I just have not, been subjected to any of it, not on the streets, not on the highway, not anywhere. So I'm really fortunate. My daughter lives in New York and she's been, her life has been a living hell because of all of it. She works in Brooklyn and she lives in Long Island and she's really directly affected by it. So I really feel bad for everyone.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's mostly affecting people in large cities.
Oh, yeah.
There are some small towns that are protesting, but not all of them.
Well, listen, we're here in South Florida. Miami's got a lot going on.
Big city.
And West Palm Beach, I saw a lot was going on in Palm Beach. Again, I personally am not seeing a lot of it, but the big thing, and we're going to talk about this today, is a lot of people are calling for defunding of these police departments. Now, I know how I feel about it, and we're obviously, me and my big mouth, I got a lot to say, but I want to know, Brett, what you feel, and Joanna, how do you feel about it? What do you guys think about defunding of the police departments? And what people are saying about this. How do you guys feel?
Anything, Joanna?
Well, okay. I read about it, and at first, when you hear defunding, it's almost like, what does that mean? I guess they're trying to distribute the funds that go to the police departments, blah blah blah, towards different venues,
social
that
programs.
would actually, and that's all very well, but I don't know, man. To me, this is one step forward to dismantling the law enforcement. Okay, and I'm sorry, I am really sorry to say, I don't care who likes it or not. I personally do not want to live in the world, in the state, in the country without the police, okay? They saying that, I read an article that some guy, it's like, oh yeah, this should be different. Like social worker, the money should go to like social workers and different community of workers that could go out and, talk to the people, the criminals. Like, somebody breaks into my house and I'm gonna fucking call a social worker? I'm sorry.
I think technically they're talking about for certain instances, they're not sending a guy with a gun. Like if somebody's ODing,
but
they don't need to send a guy with a gun. That's probably going to escalate the situation.
No, I understand that. No. Somebody breaking into my house to kill me or my son, they need to send a guy with the gun.
Right.
That's what I want.
Yep.
Don't take me wrong. Okay. I mean, I got my own gun, but I don't need a fucking social worker with the glasses and the freaking bag of, files to come and talk to the intruder. Okay. I can do the talking myself unless I die before I open my mouth. Because you know what I mean? So it's like a thin line. I mean, I do agree that they have to, I think maybe they should, put some money into retraining these guys or profiling who they're hiring. I mean, obviously there's a nutcase that's been in jail or has PTSD from, I don't know, freaking not Vietnam War, that's too old, but
from Iraq.
Yeah, they shouldn't allow them into the force, obviously not, because there's something wrong with them, and they should put money into counseling these guys. I mean, it's obvious that if you, even a police officer, to me, it's obvious. I don't know. If I'm a cop and I go out there and even in self-defense or whatever, I shoot somebody, I'm going to be fucked up. So I need counseling. Like, don't send me right out on the street to deal with more, you know what I mean? So I think they should allocate the money that way to actually help the people, the guys that are already in there.
Right.
Like, totally diffuse it and send it somewhere else. I disagree. I don't think it's a good idea.
I think the money should be redirected.
Yeah, but seriously, if there is no police, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters.
The Oklahoma State Police doesn't need a SWAT team with a military vehicle roaming the streets.
You don't need a helicopter and freaking, tank, or of course not.
Without a helicopter, how are we going to get all that cool high-speed footage chase videos?
Well, for that, okay.
Well, Bart, what's your feeling about this? I mean, do you have a specific feeling about? I mean, this is going on now. George Floyd happened on May 25th. Okay, so today is the 14th of June. So this is 3 weeks of all this. For the lack of a better word, I'm going to say anarchy. Okay, it's anarchy. Now we just had another. We had another death. Okay, and it, policeman, and the young man's name is Rayshard Brooks. Okay, Rayshard Brooks, and as you all know, in the Wendy's parking lot in Atlanta, and then what happened? They burned down the Wendy's. We're going to get into that in a minute. I want to talk about that a little bit more in depth. But now we have another police-involved shooting of a young Black man, okay? And, people screaming, and I don't want them to be defunded, okay? Because we need our police officers. We need them. But we need... I feel, and listen, I'm like, Brett, what do you think? And then I start yapping, and I shouldn't have done that. But I really think we need to redirect all this money into better training, right? Like Joanna was saying, redirect that money. But don't take the money away, because I don't know how to say the word. We can't incentivize them. The word incentive, right? Incentive. You start taking money away from these people who work so hard and lay their life on the line every single day, right? They lay their life on the line.
It's a very high-stress job.
When everybody's running away from a problem, they're running towards the problem. So you can't take their money away from them. And for those of you who are not familiar with a union, everyone's saying, oh, these unions are terrible. I'm a union girl. I'm from New York. I'm a union girl. I belong to a union. Not the same union that they belong to. I belong to SAG, Screen Actors Guild for actors. But we pay into the union with our own money. That's how unions work. Cops pay into their own union. That's how it works. Okay, so people who bitch about union, these terrible cop unions.
Well, you can't bitch about the union.
They pay into no, we don't. You're not bitching, but a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Unions protect these cops. Well, of course they do. It's their union.
That's what they're there for. Yeah, the cops pay into the union.
You can't really use that argument.
And you know what? The union guy, when he was talking about, he was so right. I felt for him. Okay, he says, "Don't vilify all of us. Don't fucking demonize all of us."
He was using the same argument that they're using.
Yeah, because you know what? They're not all that. They're not. I mean, I felt for him.
Of course they're not, and of course.
And he said, "We condemn this act. We condemn it. We do not stand with these people." But I mean.
Well, obviously, what was he going to say? Hey, I mean, he could have went another minute, in my opinion. What is he going to fucking say?
No, he absolutely.
I'm saying obviously.
Say that, but...
Yes, obviously he couldn't say that, which means it doesn't matter that he said we condemn it. I mean, you still do it.
Come on,
it still happens.
Sincere. The dude was sincere. Well, what do I know? People are sincere, and then it turns out they're assholes. So I'm probably wrong. Yeah, you're right.
No, you're absolutely right, Joanna.
No.
It's
so nuanced and messy that some people are calling for defund, some people are calling for abolish. Other people are calling for a replacement of the police. And
replacement with what? With fucking social workers?
No, with like a
That's
private,
what killed me.
every city has to. Can I answer, or are you just gonna keep asking?
Ghostbusters.
All right, thank you.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
Hey, if they got those cool guns, I definitely want the Ghostbusters. And Ciro's on our chat. He said, defund them all, take away their guns.
Yeah.
But defunding
open your door.
Defunding has some sort of merits where, yes, they are probably overfunded, and the funds cops have like slush funds when they do drug busts. They keep that money and use it. They have way too much funding. They're like a militarized police inside of the United States, and they have the monopoly on violence. No one else is allowed to illegally commit violence except for them.
That is true.
And the abolish the police people it's sort of a libertarian sort of viewpoint, because the libertarian viewpoint is to have private security. Each township or city or whatever have you actually hires their own police force on sort of like a contract, like a yearly contract. And if they don't like the way they're doing it, guess what? Next year we get a different contract with a different company, because now the police forces or security forces, whatever you want to rename it, they all have to compete to be the best and give you the people that are hiring them exactly what they want to have. So if a black community wants only black people to police their area and enforce the laws, then the community gets what they want. And if you aren't providing the community with what you said you were going to, your contract is up in a year. We're going to get somebody else.
Yeah, can I say something?
Sure.
Tone has its own police department. That's Broward Sheriff's Department, and then you're covered by Broward Sheriff. I'm just using Broward because that's what I know. But Boca Raton, they have their own police department.
But they're all under the same sort of state-governed umbrella. Well, and then all the states are under the federal government.
I'm not really sure how it all works because I'm not one of those.
Hey, what happened with the SWAT team? Didn't they quit in Broward or somewhere? The whole
that was Hallandale, I think.
Oh yeah. I thought that was funny actually.
We're done. We're not doing that. We're not playing.
Yeah.
We're done.
Good for them. I mean, whatever, if that's what they
but
believe in, yes, absolutely. You don't, you don't need a SWAT team for one little old lady walking her dog, you know what I mean? Because somebody feels that she shouldn't be here. I mean, hello. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
I have a question for you, Brett. I am not, and this is, I'm veering off on a tangent. I'm not getting, after Giovanni, her comment, I'm not getting comments.
Yeah, I'm not getting a lot in that one either. I switched over to Facebook for the views, the comments. So
I'm not getting any from that link, so I'm not. I don't know.
We'll work on it next week. We don't have to troubleshoot it in utero.
Okay. Just wanted to.
While we have a second, we can address our drinking game.
Yeah, right.
We have a great drinking game, and we made a video, so we don't. So us drunk people don't have to memorize it. If Brad wants to go ahead and roll the video for us that we made. The Chat Fight drinking game rules are: if Sharon mentions acting,
says strawberry buttholes,
or name drops a celebrity,
if Brett is making an inappropriate joke,
when he's mansplaining,
or makes a sexual innuendo,
if Joanna mentions Poland,
talks about postal work,
or says, "What the fuck?"
Also, we take a shot or finish our drink if
Brett is objectified by myself or Joanna,
anyone goes on a long, angry rant,
both of us ladies disagree with what Brett is saying.
So grab a drink and enjoy the show.
Okay. Okay, so we're back. So if you guys have a drink at home, sure you grab that drink and just take a drink right now, because this is a heavy topic.
Yeah.
I don't have strawberry buttholes this week.
She said strawberry buttholes, take a drink.
We were already drinking in the middle of it.
Right now I have pineapples. My grandson was here and I gave him all my strawberries, but did not slice them. So
what do the pineapples look like? Strawberry buttholes?
Just look like, no, they just
pineapple nipples.
No, they don't look like anything. They're boring. They look like nothing.
They look like pineapple nipples. They're not brown, but they're yellow.
No, they don't.
Well, she didn't cut them in circles. She cut them in chunks.
They're just chunks.
Now they just look like she's got like chunks of cheddar cheese in her drink.
Right. It looks like I have cheddar cheese in my drink. Gross.
Cheddar cheese in your drink? That's fucking American right there.
You just said it looks like I have cheddar cheese in my drink, which makes me want to vomit, which makes me think
and chunks of it too. Chunks of it too. Oh, excuse me.
Anyway. So so that was a pretty serious conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to tell you guys, I spent arguing with someone about this poor guy, this most recent shooting, and talking to an actual female police officer, where we weren't speaking. We were like, I don't want to say arguing, but I was just, I made a comment.
A passionate discussion.
Like a passionate discussion, yes. He was calling me a libtard. Can you imagine?
You?
I was like, oh, girlfriend, you just so have the wrong person.
You have no idea.
Not a patriot. And I started giggling. I'm like, giggle emoji. I'm like, oh, girl, you just so have the wrong person. You don't even know who you're talking to. Not a patriot. I have little flags all over my house. Like I'm Flaggy Sharon, but whatever. Because what I wrote was in reference to dear Richard, this whole situation with the guy that he was drunk. So him and his girl went to Wendy's. Yes, he was drinking and driving. Okay, wait a minute. Before anyone starts coming at me over here, how many of you are still drinking and driving? Don't start going, I don't do that, because you're all full of it. And he pulled out, you're right, exactly. Thank you.
Are you trying to point me out for last night?
No, I'm not. But come on, we all go to Taco Bell and wherever we go and with the munchies.
Yeah. But anyway, how are you going to sober up if you can't drive to a fast food restaurant at 2 in the morning?
This is what I'm saying. And he pulled, and he knew. So he pulled over in the parking lot of Wendy's and fucking put the seat back and went to sleep. And someone at Wendy's called the cops. And they rat-a-tat-tatted on his fucking window. And here we are, okay? And I watched the whole video from the second he got.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I watched the whole video, and he was nothing but a gentleman. He was nice, and all he kept saying was, please, man, can I call somebody? Can I call an Uber? Can I just walk home? I don't even live far from, my sister lives right down the block. He tried everything to get out of there. Everything. And that police officer, I'm gonna be nice, was so had such a hard-on for this guy to give him a DUI.
Well, that's fucked up.
Watch the video. Wait, Joanna, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be.
No, I'm sorry. I thought that was.
Let me finish. That cop had such a hard-on for him. He did. He had a hard-on. And there's nothing worse. Today, I'm talking about today. I'm not talking about a month ago prior to George Floyd. I'm talking about today. And this is Atlanta, kids. I'm talking about Atlanta, where they get a rough, it's rough being black in Atlanta. If you don't know this yet. And this cop wanted so fucking bad to lock this kid up. And then he said, yeah, you know what? You're drunk. Let's go. With the handcuffs. And that was it. That kid was like, no, fuck no, I'm not going anywhere. And that's what happened, guys. I watched it. All that cop had to do, and this was how I got into this dialogue. I said, can I say my 2 cents? Do you think maybe if this cop would have said, you know what? Young man, you've been nothing but a gentleman. You're talking nice. I hear what you're saying. How about we not I'm going to put you in the back of the squad car because he would have felt arrested. Let's call an Uber. I'm going to call an Uber. Leave your car here. I'm going to call an Uber for you. There was a million different ways this could have been handled. Hear me out. I know I sound like an ignorant civilian, but just hear me out. There's a million different ways this could have went down. And that video would have went viral. A different viral video.
Right, different attention.
Maybe I sound gullible and maybe I sound stupid because that's what this cop girl said. Listen to this, ridiculous is what she called me. This ridiculous Sharon Pfeiffer. And they all did, this whole thread, all of them were making fun of me. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna throw up the white flag now. And it just went on for 4 hours, kids, that I was going back and forth and trying to say, and no curse words, no nothing, by the way. I said, I can't believe none of you will engage in a rational conversation with me. I'm just being hypothetical here. I'm not talking about prior to George Floyd. I'm talking about today.
I'm surprised she called you
Why can't you guys find the humanity in what's happening today? Use your humanity as police officers and say, okay, today we're going to look at this a little differently. Why can't people think differently? Why?
I know a lot of police officers say it doesn't exist, but do you believe that they have a quota or an incentive to meet like taxes and all these? To wrap people up in the system and make them pay?
I'm sorry, Brett. I also believe they just got a fucking hard-ons for these people. I do. I'm sorry.
No, I think they have a hard-on for getting people to committed crimes to get them arrested. Yes, I believe that. I don't know. There's probably a smaller amount than we actually think that it's really racially motivated, but they're definitely trained to escalate the situation rather than de-escalate it.
This cop had such a hard-on for him. This guy was nothing but he kept saying, sir, I'm sorry, sir. And he was calling the cop by his name, he could read his badge. And I don't remember what the cop's name was. But he was saying, I'm sorry, sir. Please let me just walk home. Please, I really don't want to do this. Please. I mean, he was pleading with this guy, pleading with him. And this guy was so mean. He was like, and I'm watching this going, please let him go. Please let him go.
That's fucked up.
My favorite way to describe them, it's like giving a frat boy a gun and impunity. What do you think is going to happen? A lot of them are juiced up on steroids and they have impunity. They're always right no matter what. Even if the kid technically was breaking the law, you got to have a little bit of like reasonable, like
compassion, just have some understanding.
A couple of drinks and drive. And
it's like she said.
Of course.
Just like Sharon said, be human beings.
Yes, I said, even if he's technically breaking the law, I get that. You can arrest him. I understand that that's your job to arrest people breaking the law. But use your fucking common sense. He wasn't swerving around. Can I finish? We let you go on for minutes here. He not like he was swerving around and hitting things. He's already stopped, realized he was drunk, and was trying to take the proper precautions to not hurt anybody. Can you at least give him the benefit of a doubt that he's a good guy, and you probably should just cut him some slack? If he's willing to compromise with you and he's not being aggressive, what the fuck is your problem? That's why the monopoly on violence is such a great way to describe it, because they're never wrong, and they almost barely ever get prosecuted when they're wrong. It's almost like they have the license to kill with impunity. There has to be an accountability, and the unions don't help. I get that unions are great for people who work in them, and you have people lobbying for you, and you get better benefits and all that stuff. But the union is also paying lobbyists, like politicians, to get what they want.
Yeah, being in the union, it's like being an advocate for a murderer who got caught killing somebody, and you have to defend them. Okay.
Yeah, like they don't want
no
the
matter
whole
what,
union to go down, so they all have an incentive to protect their brother.
And they're there for you. Yeah. Except for our union, the postal union, they sold us out a long time ago. But never mind that. But they're basically having a union behind your back. You can get away with anything. You know it. They will fight for you. You know.
I just feel like this didn't need to happen.
But you know what? I have to rethink. Maybe Gonzo. I guess it's Gonzo's comment. He goes, I noticed that change the way the money is spent. Cops do too many jobs they don't need to do, which is, I agree. Like marriage counseling, hire more social workers so cops can just be cops, which I totally agree with the social worker concept there. Fight crime instead of breaking up family squabbles and stuff. And that I totally agree. However, if there is a domestic violence and the dude is beating or vice versa, the social worker is most likely going to get in the middle of it and get their butt kicked too. Right. So that's still the need for the dude with the gun. But I agree that there's a lot of jobs that they don't need to be doing. So social worker, yay. In this case, absolutely. But I was the one that was crapping on social workers, so I just...
And you know what would go a long way? Ending the things that don't really need to be illegal. Like, end the drug war for one. There's no reason to keep that going. That was a bullshit kind of thing that came in with like Reagan and the presidents around that time period, where they started this war on an inanimate object. And here we are now. We're not winning. You're not winning. The weed is being legalized across multiple states, and eventually it's just going to get picked up federally, just kind of like the way gay marriage did. It just happened overnight when everyone sort of like hit the 51% mark, where we're like, we're okay with it. So now we're okay with it. And even if you just decriminalize drugs, not just completely legalize all the bad ones that everyone thinks are bad, the harassment in the Black communities and the minority communities would drop significantly, because that's what a lot of them are. Like, I smell weed in the car. I get to search your car now. That you can make that up.
Then you just tell him, like that meme on Facebook, that's because you're not social distancing, officer. Remember the good old times, guys? Wouldn't you want to go back in time sometimes when we didn't have to worry about this crap?
What would you do if you had a time machine?
Get in the time machine.
Let's talk about time machine.
Right back.
Molecules in the room, because I'm like, I gotta stop.
Time travel. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Oh, what time would I go to? Of course, the cliche thing is always everyone wants to go back and kill Hitler, obviously. I mean, why don't you just like...
No, not me. Never even thought of it.
No, that's a big trope with time travel. Like, I want to go back and kill Hitler and stop World War II and the genocide. Everyone seems to go there like, oh, so just killing Hitler is going to fix everything, right? Why don't you... instead of killing a baby, you fucking retard... That's what they're doing. They're like, I'm gonna go back and kill Hitler when he's a baby. Why don't you put him in a better home? Why don't you raise him your way? Why don't you do that? Why don't you killing a baby, you sick fuck? I love those paradoxes.
I just
though.
love the
Like,
way you put it.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to be a sick fuck to kill a baby. I mean, even if you know what he's going to become, I would probably, if I could counter that with, why don't you just go back and have that girl that broke his heart, that Jewish girl that apparently broke up with him and got him pissed off?
Was it that evil
Why don't you just tell that girl, like, hey, give him a second chance. He really likes you.
Yeah.
Or somebody
do it. He's gonna mess up the whole world.
Somebody stop telling him his paintings suck, and like just be like, hey, you should be a painter. Don't join up in the military. Be a painter. There's easier ways to stop it.
You know what? Seriously, you never know what you're doing to your kids when you tell them the truth. Like, dude, you suck. Don't do that again.
You're never going to get in the space program, stupid. You're not going to be an astronaut. Sharon, is there anything that
Always
you...
encourage.
Is there anything that you would like to change?
Seriously, where would you go? Where would you go?
I got a couple things. I would like to see Egypt when the pyramids were being built. Yes. I would also like to see... I would like to, I don't know if I can do like a 100,000 foot view of it happening, but I would like to see the asteroid that hit and killed the dinosaurs. If I can survive it.
I would feel so bad for the dinosaurs. Shit.
That would have to be a monumental event to go back to. I want to go back and see who killed Kennedy. I want to fucking watch it, and I'm going to bring my smartphone, and I'm going to put it on YouTube after I get back.
You can bring shit back in time.
Can we bring our smartphones in the time machine?
Yeah, you can bring the shit back in time. You can bring weapons. You can bring, remember Terminator? Remember Terminator?
Yeah, if you're going by Terminator rules, but if you're going by Back to the Future rules, you can take stuff with you.
Yeah, but you need a DeLorean.
Yeah.
Not just a regular little time machine.
All right, what do you think the best, most accurate time travel movie is? The one that probably nailed it, if it's actually possible. Don't all speak at once. What do you got?
It's not a movie. It's a show. I just finished watching it. It's not over yet. Oh, Doctor Who? It's called The Outlander.
Oh, you love that show.
Oh, I love that show.
Is that the one where they go up to this rock and she goes back in time?
Yes, and she touches, yes. And it's like literally in Scotland, which Scottish, they're like, ooh, eerie, weird. And go back, and then her daughter goes back. Oh my God, I can't. It's so good. Now that is so much more possible because there's all like the rocks and the spirit world involved more so than the human-made time machine that you sit in the seat or you sit in the car,
time machine.
You have the engine and you view into the future, into the past.
Time machine. Come on.
Yeah. Brad said the movie Primer. It's I haven't watched that movie, but I saw the trailer for it. I couldn't figure out what the fuck that was supposed to be. I didn't even bother watching it. It was so weird. The trailer didn't like explain anything. It's just like all of a sudden there's this device in a storage unit.
Did you guys see this show Continuum?
Continuum.
That was good too. They came from the future and we're going like the group of she was in that like a police agent and terrorists came with her, and that was good too. Continuum.
One of my favorite time travel movies was Looper.
Who?
Looper.
It's got Bruce Willis.
Looper, yeah.
So there's always those paradoxes where like when you go back in time and you like say you want to change something and you actually go back in time to stop an event and you actually end up triggering the event that you were trying to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're not supposed to.
Yeah. But that's
why even if you wanted to, you can't kill the baby Hitler because you're not going to change the events. You're not. It's too late.
Some of the movies
going to fuck everybody up.
Yeah. Some of the movies will explain sort of that principle where if you go back in time and you kill baby Hitler, somebody will just take his place, or you won't be able to. Something will happen and you'll fuck it up and you'll actually end up triggering that event.
Right.
Yeah. Well, okay, like this show I'm telling you, The Outlander. Mm-hmm. Okay, I forgot the name in Scotland. There was this big bottle in Scotland that she knew about, obviously, because she came from the future. Mm-hmm. So she was trying to save her husband and, all the friends, family, the clan, the Scottish clan, mm-hmm. but she wasn't able to. So the husband sends her back to her time because they know they're gonna get all fucked up. But they went to like great lengths to stop that, whatever the battle, I forget the name of the town, and then they're trying to like avert civil war, because they're in America later, so they're trying to like stop not the civil war, but whatever and they can't, because you can't change history no matter what. Even though she knew, all she was able to do is just tell like his family and in Scotland, the famine is coming, plant potatoes because you're gonna be hungry. And they did, and they were okay when everybody else fucking starved. You know what I mean? But they couldn't change it, so you can't.
What do you think in Back to the Future if Marty McFly had actually fucked his mom?
She wanted to.
Yeah, she did. What do you think would have happened? Would that be the grandfather?
If we ever have a son, we'll name him Marty.
See, if he's the dad now, would he still be born later? If you mess up the timeline of his father getting her pregnant, he wouldn't exist to go back in time in the first place.
That's true.
There's a word. There's a phrase for that. It's called the Oedipal complex.
The Oedipus complex. Well, that's being attracted to your mother.
Oedipal, and it's from Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because in Greek mythology, there was a dude that
fucked his mom.
Fucked his mom.
Yeah.
Yes. Oedipus, whatever the fuck his name was.
I forgot his name too, but yeah.
Oedipus Rex or something like that.
Yeah.
It's Oedipus.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hello.
Yeah, the Oedipus complex is like wanting to have sex with your mom.
You want to have sex with your mom.
The grandfather paradox is if you go back and keep your relative from having sex with your mom, then you won't exist to go back in time in the first place.
There you go.
Right. That's, yeah.
So
where would you go, Sharon?
Well, because I like my creature comforts, I wouldn't go too far back.
You go where?
I said I like my creature comforts, so I wouldn't go too far back because Sharon don't like to be cold.
Yeah.
And I don't like to be hot.
And I don't want to go anywhere where there's not air conditioning.
So I would like to go back, maybe as far back as like Coco Chanel, and hang out.
Okay. Like the flapper era.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing that, hang out with Salvador Dali and all those people.
Yeah.
Seen out. But other than that, I'm not interested. Not really.
Is there any events that if you had a time machine, you would go back and like visit? Like say you had a choice to go to a date with this guy or a concert, and you missed the concert. And the concert the date ended up being shitty and the concert would have been way better. Something like that. Like you missed a movie premiere.
The only thing that I'm not really a regret kind of a person.
I was just gonna say Sharon's got some regrets. Wow, that's
not really. But what?
It's not regret. You would just prefer to have done the other thing.
I'm just using. I'm applying this time machine to my own life.
Uh-huh.
And what could I do if I could do it over again? And the only thing that I would really like to, if I could do it over again, would be to spend more time with my daughter. And so if I could do that, and if I could do a redo, would be to if I had to do it over again, I would do that. I would spend more time with my daughter and not be so hell-bent on being the career woman that I was and the business woman that I was. I was so hell-bent on I was mom and dad for my daughter. I had a business and I had to provide for my kid and I worked 6 days a week and I didn't spend any time with my kid. And if I could do it over again, I would do it differently. But other than that, no, I don't want to go see pyramids and I don't want to go visit stores and I don't want.
If you could answer the great questions of the universe with a time machine.
Because I let you two do that, and you are into that. I'm not. I'm very pedestrian.
Let's go, Bretsky. We'll do it. We'll tell.
Yeah, we're gonna save humanity.
You guys are so good with that, and stars and moons and things like that. And I'm very I want to go to Studio 54.
That would be cool.
I'll go there too. Hey, don't.
I went there. I went. I got the T-shirt. and I don't need to go back. So, you know, I'm good. I'm good.
I'd like to go to ancient Egypt.
I mean, I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Italy, and I want to see the ruins and all that. But I don't.
You actually still can go to Italy, by the way.
No. That's what I'm saying. I've been there,
you mean old time Italy?
But I want to go on a tour so that I can go back to my room and take a fucking shower. I don't want to go.
A conditioned hotel. Yeah.
I don't want to go back in the real days. And
you don't care. You don't care what the Colosseum looked like before.
Yeah, I don't want to be all skankified and stanky and skeevy and dirty.
Skankified. I love that word.
You know, like. So that's all for you two to do. I don't want to do that.
I'm gonna address Brad's comment in the chat. We are all time travelers. We only travel in one direction.
There you go.
Yeah, and to his point, technically, we may not be able to time travel, but we can actually see into the past. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's called a photo album.
How profound.
No, I mean, like right now. It's called a telescope.
Walk down memory lane.
Yeah. No, if you telescope and you stare at like a planet that's 8 light years away.
And it could not even be there at the moment when you're staring. That is so weird.
Say if the sun just automatically turned off one day, it would take us 8 minutes to realize it. That is so freaking weird. And if there's a planet that's like 8 light years away and it explodes for some reason, we won't know it for 8 years because it's taking light that long to travel to us, and we're seeing it how it was 8 years ago.
Yeah, that is just so weird.
You
like
know.
all these.
It's called science, Sharon.
Kidding.
Of course you are.
Yeah, but can you imagine like going back in time, like for example, like to ancient Egypt, which is where I'd like to go. I'd like to meet Mark Antony and Julius Caesar.
I thought you meant like the singer. I was like, you could meet him now. Just send him
Mark,
the real dude.
He's totally alive.
Yeah. And he'll sing to me. I know. No, and Cleopatra, she was my girl. She's like I read so many books about her. But you imagine like sitting and looking up in the sky, and there's the Orion belts, and you think like, wow, these dudes actually saw the same thing. Like it's been there fucking all these years. It's still there. That's really cool, right? Am I weird?
Yes, no, it's definitely cool.
I know, I'm weird.
I would like to see them build it with my own 2 eyes and be like, that's how they did it. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. With our upbringing and how it's instilled in us, all that human labor, we probably would not be comfortable with that.
I think the worst part is that we would very, very much stand out in the middle of Egypt. Being a couple white folks with like glasses and hats and T-shirts.
You know, we can't bring our shit with us, so you'd have to leave me because I wouldn't be able to see anything. Because no glasses, no vape, no nothing, no phone.
And we don't speak ancient Egyptian.
Well, I wanted to be an Egyptologist, so I can read hieroglyphs a little bit, some of them, because I did study that for a while. Of course, that's everything in my life. Nothing came out of it, but anyways, did you guys ever see this movie Timeline?
No.
I feel like I have, but I don't remember it.
It's about these students, archaeology students, when they on the dig and their professor disappears, and then they like the whole story leads into, anyways, he went back in time. So they go after him because they need to find him, and they end up in like Middle Ages. So they're like fighting with the knights, and you know, that would be cool too. You know, the milady, my lord, you know what I mean? The curtsies and all that. That would be cool times to go back to too. They all probably stunk because nobody back then took showers. But still.
They all stunk, and that's why they used to hold little flowers under their nose, little like.
Yeah, that's why they had the plague. They were dirty. Or the Tudor times, the Henry VIII times. Oh my gosh, how cool is that?
I could never. I would be gagging. I would.
Marie Antoinette times with those big fucking wigs. Powdered wigs.
It was so dirty. You don't even know.
I know, but it was so cool. It looked so cool. She was so cute. Let him eat cake.
There was no Vagisil or Summer's Eve or nothing.
I like that Vagisil was the first thing you went for. Dudes. They don't have any Vagisil. I might get dried up down there.
And all these gay dudes with those stockings and these little shoes on the heel. Like, that was so funny.
Did you guys know there's actually a time travel conspiracy that involves Donald Trump?
Oh, for fuck's sakes! Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right. Let me start at the beginning.
All about it.
Yeah, I just found out about it too. There's apparently Donald Trump's uncle, I believe is John Trump, Jonathan, Johnny, whatever, Big Johnny, Uncle Trump. He was actually tasked to look into Nikola Tesla's work, and he said that he didn't find anything, but he meticulously kept a lot of things and tried to make a time machine off of his work, but couldn't get it to work. Couldn't figure out how to make it work. And then on the night of the election, I believe it was the election or the inauguration, I can't remember which, a lightning bolt actually struck the Trump Tower. And that's how Donald Trump was able to make it work. I believe it was the election night. So he got the time machine to work by the lightning bolt that struck the Trump Tower. And he was able to go back in time and fix mistakes he made on the campaign trail to give himself the win to be the president.
Is that a fact?
And who came up with that?
Oh my God.
You know, some brilliant researchers on 4chan.
And the lightning bolt strikes the tower, just like in Back to the Future, right?
Yep.
It had to strike the little chicken or whatever rooster on top of the tower spins.
Yeah.
There comes the lawyer.
Wind thing. Yeah. So apparently that was the thing they needed. They needed to harness a lightning strike.
Everybody drink.
What did we say?
Everybody drink because Brett said something silly.
Cheers.
Oh, maybe if I go on a conspiracy theory rant.
Something, I don't know. That was.
Brett, I have a question. It's been bugging me for the last half an hour. Where the fuck are you? You look like you're in the library of a Buckingham Palace.
I am in my study.
It did not look like that last night.
Well, I didn't let you in this room. I don't let women in my study. Women don't study. Men study.
Oh, okay. Ew.
Women can't be in here. These are a lot of books. I'm part of the Illuminati.
Like the Shakespeare book. I'm like, wow, remember Sharon? Wow, dude, you got a shot. That's a big ass.
That was amazing.
Shakespeare.
And
it was his drink holder.
Shakespeare book thingamajiggies.
And I was so impressed. Oh my
that
gosh, all these books, the Shakespeare, whatever else was there.
Joanna saw my book collection. And she's like, "Oh my God, are you reading all these? You got these on your counter?"
I was so fucking impressed,
I'm like,
you guys.
I go into this bookshelf all the time, and I open the top, and it's a hidden decanters of liquor.
Yeah, it's like a little box, and I'm like, "Oh my God!"
It's a fully enclosed bar in a bookcase.
Dude, it's a chick magnet. I'm telling you, put it on your coffee table when the girl comes over, she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, what an intellectual!" Because it looks just so real.
You know what my coffee table book?
So cool.
You know what my coffee table book over here is? It's a collection of Andy Warhol pictures.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Can I see it?
You girls talk for a second.
Okay, because that's pretty.
Let's talk about him. Let's talk about him.
Let's talk about
sex. Go ahead, talk about me. I can still hear you.
And me. Let's talk about all the good times.
There it is. And it's a banana, a yellow tree dick. That's the new name for it.
Can you tape it on the wall?
Not the picture.
No, the banana.
It's like these are all the classic.
Good old days when the big topic was taping a banana on the wall.
Yeah. Remember back in those days?
Wow.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Very cool, Brett. Very cool.
Yeah, that's my coffee table book.
Brett, would you go back to Scarlett O'Hara's arms? You watched the whole freaking movie today, right?
I got the shirt gun.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, look at Sharon.
Yeah, we can go back in time and like correct all these movies that are so racist that we need to take them out of
war. Look, peace, not war. Okay.
Look at that. Woo, baby.
Yeah, let's talk about our pool party, can we?
Wait, because he watched the freaking 4 hours of that movie. Yeah. He needs to talk about it.
Yeah,
talking about time. Let's talk about removing history. Okay,
Mhm.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, Brett just watched 4 hours of cinematographic history.
Gone with the Wind.
Yes, Brett,
Well, I had to get it before they take it down.
you had to. Before
I got to
they-
get it before they burn that book.
Okay,
So 4 hours of history, and go ahead, Sharon.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
HBO's decision too.
Yeah, 4 hours of cinematic history, and HBO took it down because of its portrayal of what they claim to be romanticizing slavery.
How do you feel?
I don't know who the fuck is romanticizing slavery.
thank you.
Who
Thank
is watching
you.
that movie going, oh, the good old days?
Yeah, I wish I was a slave, right?
Yeah. Well, who
I
the
mean-
hell? What kid? Like they want to put a discussion before it whenever it shows from now on, and discussion is like, yeah, this was wrong. This was a different time. It was not great. And what fucking child is watching this movie that doesn't know slavery was bad and going, wow, whatever happened to that? How come I can't own a slave? No,
Thank you.
it is a fucking bullshit corporate virtue signal that you could have taken it down without making a big deal about it, because they're going to bring it right back. They said they're going to bring it back with an intro that discusses it.
Yeah, but you know what? Are we fucking morons? Do they really think that the whole society, everybody, are we that stupid that we need re-intro disclaimer, that we need to be told what we're looking at or what's wrong with this? I mean, this is insulting to the movie watching, whatever, population. I'm sorry, it really is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And Sharon, you said that dude that brought this glorious.
Let me
genius
tell you.
idea.
Let me because I did so much research on it because
Yeah, do it.
as an actor. Okay, everybody drink. As an actor, everybody.
No, not that to you, to him, Sharon. I did that to him, not to you.
Well.
Not to you, him.
I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but the guy who directed 12 Years a Slave, which I find so ironic.
Yeah, ridiculous.
He was so offended. He wrote an op-ed in the LA Times and demanded that Gone with the Wind be removed because it was offensive to his sensibilities.
Because it did better than his movie.
Right. Well, here's my take on it. Here's
One way to remove a
my
competition.
personal take on this man.
Travesty.
Because he didn't win every fucking award that there is to be won, that he felt the need
Of
to,
course.
to be whatever. And so he made a little, now that it's fashionable to whatever.
Yeah.
My feeling about the whole thing, okay? The first African-American woman to ever win a fucking Academy Award was Hattie McDaniel.
And may I add, she was the freaking star. She rocked that movie.
The movie.
She was fantastic.
Yeah, her sassiness was fucking hilarious. I loved it.
It's hilarious.
Mammy.
Hilarious. I'm going to say hilarious. And this cocksucker, sorry kids,
Please.
cocksucker, this cocksucker fucking disgraced Hattie by doing this. He disgraced her. He disgraced that movie. This fucker. I'm sorry.
Being politically correct turned out to
Everybody's zen out for a quick second. Take a drink.
No. It makes me very mad. Don't take away my this.
Oh, I thought I was agreeing with you. That looked like what you were doing.
And he took away the dignity of that beautiful woman, Hattie McDaniel, and the beautiful portrayal and what she did. And that movie, it's a fictional movie, God damn it.
Yeah.
Fake.
Yeah. I think we need to drink.
That director who wrote 12 Years a Slave.
It was a good movie. You gotta give it to him. But yeah, now it's banned from my TV.
Revisionist history. Thank you very much. Pete.
Yeah. No,
Revisionist history is dangerous. Hallelujah. Don't go rewriting history, jerk offs.
No, and you know what?
It's history. It's
That
history.
movie was made, it fucking premiered in 1940, okay?
Yes, and by the way, let's pay to the woman who wrote it. And God forgive me, I can't remember her name, but she wrote that beautiful book, and it was made into a beautiful movie.
And there is a sequel to it. She didn't write it, somebody else did. And it's called Scarlet. I read it. It's the continuance of the story, which goes, you know, with her.
Yeah, I know, but we're not talking about Scarlet. We're talking about Gone with the Wind.
Well, she's the heroine of it. It's
I know, but
Scarlet.
let's forget about it. Now you're going off on a tangent. Let's talk Gone with the Wind.
If we should be mad, it should be mad
Because
at
you
her
guys
being a
are
bitch.
stuck on Mammy. Because you guys
Yeah, but
are stuck
Mammy,
on
you see,
Mammy.
we're talking about what we're talking about. We're not talking about Scarlet.
Yeah, but you cannot talk about Go with the Wind
I
and
know,
not talk about
I
Scarlet.
understand where you're going with this, but she's a spoiled white fucking whatever she is.
That was my take. She was the worst part of the movie.
She was the worst part of the movie.
This spoiled, entitled, manipulative
Right.
fucking bitch. She was so fucking hard to deal with.
Right.
I'm like, woman, just make up your mind. Just move on. Get a new boyfriend, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon sinking with the Wizard of Oz was cool though. Okay, Pete, funny.
If we should be mad at anything, we should be mad at the misogyny in the movie.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to be mad about, and I get all that. But for this guy that directed and wrote 12 Years a Slave to come out, right, this whole op-ed thing that spurned HBO to do what they did, which was a totally fucking jerk-off move. Because if you're going to write a little disclaimer before that movie, then motherfuckers, you better do it to every racially sensitive movie that ever was written and produced that you have on your HBO platform. Don't be going cherry picking now. Don't be all silly fucking all over the place. Every one of them. Do it to every one of them. Don't just kowtow to Mr. whatever the hell his name is. Something Daniels. No, I don't want to say anything wrong. I want to be right.
Yeah,
So,
are we gonna go back and take down Roots for a little while, and then we're gonna put it back up later with the thing at the beginning?
That was really,
Blazing
but no, you know
We're
what?
gonna be
There was
like, all right,
nothing.
all right.
Brett,
we
there was
know-
nothing romantic about Roots. There was no romance.
No,
There was
no.
brutal. It was brutal, and it
it
really
was
showed
brutal.
horrible.
Are we gonna put up a moniker in front of that one that says, okay, we know we.
This was real. And you know what? I bet none of it is fucking
It's
real.
all
okay?
fiction. Fiction, not true. Fiction, not true.
Yeah.
Fiction, not true.
That's what I'm saying. So 80 years from now, we're gonna fucking meet the aliens and we're gonna like redo ET because, oh, he wasn't what the aliens are. So we're
Right,
offended.
exactly.
They don't look like that. We gotta fucking redo ET. Disclaimer. This was our imagination. It's not real. I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
We don't need to coddle people so much. We
it's
just
all
need to,
about coddling now, and you know what? It's pandering.
Flabbergasted that we're having this conversation, to be honest. It's fiction.
It shouldn't exactly.
And Paw Patrol? Really? I had to have my grandson come on my
I didn't even know what it
place
was.
to
but-
explain what Paw Patrol was so that people could understand that Paw Patrol is a cartoon with a German Shepherd police dog. And he,
That is so messed up.
like, come on.
Can you guys see any comments somewhere
Yes.
so we can
Yes.
talk to people?
Yes.
Where? Where are your
I've been
comments?
addressing them throughout the show.
Where you guys see them?
On the,
I thought we already talked about this.
Brett, my darling, we have talked about so many things, you and I.
listen,
I wouldn't
And you
even
don't
know.
listen to me. This is the problem. You never listen to me. We're having a
you
communication
two need
problem,
to get a
Joanna.
room. You two need to get a room, for real. For real. You two are like an old married couple.
I'm sorry, I'm not 12.
Hey, who doesn't like 12-year-olds?
It's too
Nor
cute.
do I look like 12.
That was so cute. Wait, you know what I want to talk about? It's 8 o'clock right
Fred,
I really want to talk about Chaz. I want to talk about Chaz so bad because it's so fun and I want to like make fun of them so bad. Can we talk
who's
about
Chaz?
in Seattle, that little group, the people that took over the 6 blocks?
Yeah, it's something probably neither of us has really looked into, but
Oh,
okay,
Lord.
we can do it on the fly. We'll do it live. We'll fucking do it live.
Let's do it with Chaz. Viewers, can you guys write in about Chaz? Because I know you guys have checked it out. Okay, Chaz.
I don't even know that guy.
I didn't check anything out. I just know that a group of anarchists took over part of Seattle. That's what I heard. But
And wait, my favorite part
Seattle
of
is so far away. I hope they don't ruin my fucking Grey's Anatomy, okay?
You ready, Joanna? 2 things that I love about them. They put up a wall. They put up a little wall.
Uh-huh.
They build a wall. What?
Well,
That's
they
racist.
built a wall.
They put up a wall.
They
So
hate
they got-
Mexicans.
Oh, they've been bitching at Trump for all this time and they built a wall?
Yes. And they're asking for vegan food.
Bunch of lentics. Oh my God. They asked for Wait, who did they
Wait, they
ask?
want donations. They want cash donations.
From
They want
who?
American money for their separatist.
No,
Brad,
no.
you're not trying to look vegan, are you?
I'm totally vegan. I'm like all about the Chaz, baby.
I think everyone within that commune should be stripped of their United States citizenship today.
Yeah, if you're going to secede from the union, you got to create your own currency. You got to create your own. Yeah.
You gotta grow your own food. Yeah. Do your own
You
vegan
ain't getting
thing.
no
Absolutely.
shipments.
Out.
So what happened? Did they get donations and
We're
vegan
waiting.
food? Or-
Wait.
Let's send them some yoga tapes so they can come down, okay?
Bingo.
You can just
Let's
do
send them yoga mats and seeds.
Yeah,
That's
no
what I'd
shit.
send them. Yoga
Hey,
mats.
bro, that's not cool, bro. Come on, we're starving here. We're trying to start a new thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Live off
You
the
said
earth.
that, bro.
Live off the earth and go shit in your hat. Go shit in your hat, bro.
Oh my
Come on, man. We don't like the cops. We're not animals. We need some food
No, you are
here.
an animal.
No.
No, not bad.
You're
No.
an animal.
So anyway, so what's happening with that?
No. Turdle. Turtle. That's what a turtle.
Come
So
on,
what
man.
happens?
We need some pesto and some kale, brah.
There you go, bruh.
Send some fucking kale. Stop being
No,
an
call your
asshole.
mommy. Call your mommy,
Yeah,
asshole.
call your mom. Yeah, have your mom send you some. Your mom probably
How-
happy you moved out of her basement
Call your mommy.
finally. She's like,
see
get the
what-
fuck out of my house, do whatever, you know?
Take a little seed from your weed and fucking grow a plant and go off of that, jerk.
We're having trouble.
Jerk off.
We're having trouble growing vegetables. Everything here is cement and paved over. We don't have any dirt.
Peace, not war. How about that?
How about that?
Peace,
That's
not
a,
war. With
that's
your
a
little
great-
fucking ears. Go ahead.
that's a great place to end it there. Peace, not war.
Right
Stop
there,
being a-
right where
stop
she
being-
has it.
Stop being a fucking asshole and just be
No,
nice to
That is, I'm
everybody.
sorry, but you know what, guys? That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That really is ridiculous.
Call your mommy. I just want to say, go shit in your hat. That's all I want to say to them. Go shit in your hat.
Yeah. Yeah, go lick your dog's balls.
Hey,
Serious.
I hear that's vegan approved.
Well, it's organic.
Yeah,
It's organic.
and you're getting your fresh salt content, and the dog's loving it.
You're making animals happy.
Yep. If you love animals so much, make sure you jerk them
8:05. We
off.
have 10 minutes to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I think we should talk about our pool party.
Well, I think we need to, yeah, let's.
We need to get what?
I think we should talk about our pool party because, listen, 38 minutes ago, I was crying, and I want to talk about our pool party.
All right. What was your favorite part about the pool party that I didn't have a shirt on?
No.
For me, it was my belly flopping into the pool. Ouch.
No, that was not my favorite part.
That was a layup. You were supposed to say yes.
The favorite part of the pool party was when we left and went to Jesse's Extreme Sports.
Yeah, and you guys did karaoke. And these two clowns did karaoke. I'll tell you, they were great.
No, we sucked. Well, Jesse was great. I sucked. I didn't even know how to sing the song that I picked.
Like, sing a song.
Sing
it loud. Sing it long. No, you guys were great.
What song did you sing, Sarah? And I was probably hammered. I don't even remember.
Landslide by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, yeah. And you wanted to sing a letter to my penis.
But they didn't have it.
Oh.
I wanted to sing a telegram to my vagina.
I wanted to sing a ballad to my boobs, but they didn't have that one either. It was going like, grow, grow.
All right, next time you're doing it a cappella.
Yeah,
I want to hear it.
I got a keyboard. I'm going to learn how to play it, and I'll be like, grow, 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 grow. But guys, I haven't had this much fun in a long time. Oh my gosh! You know these shenanigans got over like 650 views, right?
We're up to almost 700. Just so you know,
blowing up.
Because people heard that Joanna took her top off.
Yeah, they were hoping you would.
I put on my Facebook page that you took your top off.
I did?
Yeah.
You liar! I did.
Well, technically,
I put Joanna took her top off. That Brett took his bottoms off.
Are you kidding me?
No, I put I'm filming, and Brett took his bottoms off. Joanna took her top off. There you go.
There you go, Dionysus. Party on.
Yeah. Joanna, you're the only one without any headgear. What's up?
Yeah, come on.
I have headgear. I have this little clip.
That's retarded. Come on.
You need to do more head stuff.
You need more. You need head, Joanna.
Okay. Now I ruined my head thing. See?
No, Joanna, you need to do more head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, guys. Somebody teach me, please.
Work the head more.
Bob my head more.
Joanna, you need a tiara.
Hey, you're doing great at holding your hair back when you do that.
Yeah. Is that your hold your hair?
Is this good? Now I can go.
It's good.
That's Joanna hold my hair back clip.
It's good. It's good enough, Claire. You
look like a guy. Stop it. Anyways, I know. I'm gonna get some headgear for the next show. I promise.
Headgear.
I think our headgear is going to be the headgear from high school where they got the strap around that goes to your mouth for your birthday.
Yeah.
You know what? If we were going to make like a personal
use your words.
We could call it headgear. Get it? Headgear?
I like it.
I like it.
I think that would be good.
I like it. I think Brett's going to kick us out soon, guys.
Oh.
Brett.
We have 6 minutes. We have 6 minutes. 6 minutes countdown.
I know.
Anybody want to try out some new material?
No, but I think they want us to plug in the other shows.
Yes, we're going to do that. On our outro, we have a lot of great shows on the network, guys. We got Chat Fight with our friend Giovanni Neal.
No, that's not called Chat Fight. What are you talking about?
Excuse us. We're the Chat Fight.
I'm drunk.
We're the Chat Fight.
It's called Blame Girl. Blame Girl. Blame Girl.
I did it in the wrong order. My bad.
We're the Chat Fight, okay?
Oh, Joanna, we have to talk about Back to One skincare.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
dude, go get it.
Hold up.
You finally got the sponsor. While she's doing that, I went and got us a new sponsor too. We got MeUndies.
MeUndies.
Yeah, micromodal underwear.
What's up?
It's so
What's up?
soft on your balls. Not really. I just got a hat.
Listen,
We got a local brand.
sponsor. We have a sponsor. We actually have a sponsor, guys.
We actually have a sponsor. She's
Back to
wonderful.
One Skincare. Now, if you guys want to know, I tell everyone I'm 56, but I'm really 78.
Yeah, and I always say I'm in my early 50s. I'm really 65.
And
he looks that's good.
And I always say that I'm a
Because
guy.
of Back to One
And he really is.
No, I'm kidding. I really am 56, and
I'm
I
not.
really do use Back to One Skincare. My friend Irene, it's her.
It's fabulous. And the skincare,
Fabulous.
the products are really good. They smell good.
And they are environmentally
Safe.
Friendly.
I don't know what the words are. She didn't
Friendly.
think to
Friendly.
say.
They're vegan, organic.
They're
Vegan.
You know,
I
you can,
hate vegans. Eat it.
We should send that to Seattle so they have something to eat.
but really, seriously, no,
Yeah.
all I'm going to say is it's good stuff. I don't talk, I don't do all the blurbs and all that. It's good stuff.
It is. It really is.
One Skincare. Okay,
Did you try that charcoal mask?
of course I did.
Yeah, it's good. I
I'll
like
show
it.
you what I look like when I'm wearing it, because then people
Yeah.
why you
Make
look
it
like you have black
soft. And
face
make
on.
it, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
people go, oh, you're doing something stupid. But in the privacy of your own home, I recommend you try it. Take a picture and then send it to Green. Don't put it on the internet.
We were going to do that last night at Brett's just to, but then we kind of
Anyway.
took pity on him.
It's
we
really
don't want-
good.
Yeah.
Right.
I was about to
Right,
give.
she'll send you some stuff, but you don't need it. Look at this beautiful little baby skin.
The dimples and all
A
that.
little Cupid. Look at that.
I'm definitely gonna use it when I go through transitions.
Put it on your scrotum.
Oh, it's gonna take the wrinkles out? That's fucking awesome. I've
gonna
always
make
wanted
it
to get rid of
soft.
my ball wrinkles.
Joanna, you were supposed to laugh and you didn't laugh. I said
She's laughing.
funny word.
Say
She's
what?
laughing.
You said what?
He doesn't even understand what I'm saying. Scrotum.
Scrotum.
Dingly.
The fucking bull bag, yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm not funny.
Scrotum is a very scientific word.
And we're not very scientific.
I don't know. Okay, it's 8:13. We have 2 minutes. Let's do the countdown.
Anyways, but no, plug it in, guys. Seriously, tomorrow. What time is Gio on? 8 o'clock. Our girl, our ex-chat fighter, Gio, Blame Girl.
And she's got a badass show with
Yeah,
Don.
she's got a badass show with
His
Don,
name is
Nessie,
or Nessie? How do you say it?
I can't pronounce it.
I never met him. I
say
don't know nothing about
Nesky.
him.
I pronounce all the letters.
Yeah,
Nesky.
Don from
Nessie?
Swampgrass Willies. Everybody knows him.
I don't know him. I
And
didn't
she's
know.
gonna have Perry Sack, which is, oh my God, that
That's
butt.
another
Girls,
word,
if you
sack.
want to see, I actually asked Gio if she's gonna make him stand up and turn around. She said yes, just for me.
Hey, speaking of scrotum, Perry Sack is going to be on Gonzo Radio Network on Gio's show.
I just said that. Do you not hear
Scrotum
me?
sack.
Yes.
I just said it.
And I tied it into what we just said about scrotums, okay?
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Scrotums.
I'm out!
Look at
Fuck
those.
this.
Look at those claws, man.
Wait.
And then tune in.
Scrotums and I'm sorry, I had to. It's been a long time.
That's funny. And tune in to Cocktail Hour tonight at 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
Carefully, tread carefully.
Hi, David.
We
Tread
also
carefully
got
there.
Mike Citron also has a new show on the network. Tune into
Mike
that.
Citron.
Problematic.
Wow, you actually remembered his name. How to say it? Good for you.
And who else has a
You're the
show?
bigger man.
Who else has a show? Richard Gonzo has
I
a
forgot.
desk and the Ask Desk, right?
That has nothing to do with Gonzo Radio Network.
No, but he does have hot ladies all the time. I don't know.
No, Ask Desk was when
Yeah.
I had the best time.
I was just being silly and sexy.
You are silly and sexy. What else?
If you want sexy, then you turn into Gonzo Radio Network. He's got the hottest women on there all the time.
But I'm talking
Monday at 8.
Yep.
Monday at 8.
Monday at 8. Monday at 8 if you want to see.
Yeah, and then we have
the sports desk on Sunday, and then we have the problematic podcast.
Problematic podcast. We have Stephanie Woods and Dan Casso. They're really funny. Stephanie.
Queso is cheese, so Casso. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And what else we got? Trying to remember.
Who else? What other shows do we have?
Did you guys notice how this network is growing? Like it's
yes.
That is so cool. I'm so excited. I just can't.
We are spreading like herpes.
Are you trying to be cute and sexy?
No, that's a drink wall right there.
Inappropriate.
We're spreading like cheeks.
How about spreading like wildfire? Sharon spreading like cheeks.
No, we're spreading like Scarlett's legs for all her husbands she had and Gone with the Wind.
She had 3. She had 3 husbands. Nothing wrong with that, okay?
And all of them left her.
No,
one way or the other.
One died. I'm sorry, he got killed. Well, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that wasn't her fault.
Ooh, 2 died.
Yeah.
And then one said, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. And that is the show for tonight, everyone. Thank you, chat fighters, for tuning in. We love you all. Please tune in to all the shows on the Gonzo Radio Network, and we will be back here at 7 o'clock next week. Love you. Say bye, ladies.
Love you. Thank
bye.
You.
For Gonzo Radio, this is Super Time 6000 2015 for Gonzo Television Station. You're coming to the greater Sandusky, Ohio area. This is Pirate Bill, and this is Frank Welker saying, watch Transformers.
This has been a Gonzo Radio Network production. When the going gets weird, the weird turn pro.